Also, I don't know if I can like turn up the microphone. I'm a podcaster. And yes, this is another podcast. I ran for like a whole 5 minutes today. And that concludes y'all being in my business. I can't give y'all updates or whatever, so drop down to the comments if you care. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about, because I am a very nosy person. Now, my nosiness knows no bounds, okay? I am nosy on very niche topics, and I'm also very nosy on huge trending topics. The first story is Alex Earl. Alex Earl is an American influencer, and she's known for just being blonde and famous. Here's the thing, I have said this and I continue to say I love a good white woman. Now, I don't know how you're going to take that. I don't know if that's offensive to say, but I just think that when a white girl white girls, she white girls. You know, I don't want to see you doing the slurs. I don't want to see you harming people. And I know that Alex Earl's stepmama did that weird shit. So I'm aware. Okay, so I'm not the type of person that'll be like, oh my god, she's like a social justice warrior and like talks about all the things that she should talk about. What I'm telling you is what I be nosy about. Now, Alex Earl, she has had boyfriends, okay, and she breaks up with them. Now, this is like the first time that she kind of like she put a life out update up, and she was like, "Oh, I am no longer with my man, and I moved all his stuff out." And she kind of made it seem like the relationship just wasn't right for her, and she was ready to move on. Well, little Miss Alex Earl tiptoed her ass down to an island. I think. Hold on, let's go to the Googles, babe, because okay, Tom Brady 48 and Alex Earl 25 spotted cozying up in St. Bart's Club on New Year's Eve. Now, I kind of want to pause there because my caveat to that is supposedly all of the it girls are yacht girls. And let's also Google that. I want to talk about yacht girls because it's like this phenomenon, and it always so many celebrities, so many socialites, and I mean all the way from top A-list celebrities, okay, all the way to lesser known social media content creators have all been accused of being yacht girls. We are doing the Googles. So, the meaning of a yacht girl, according to the Urban Dictionary, is typically a woman who enjoys a lavish lifestyle and often is associated with sailing and cruising on yachts. Now, they're saying that this persona is categorized by a blend of glamour and youthfulness, but that's not it. Now, in some contexts, the term is referred to, used interchangeably to call girls, women that provide services, actual services, ladies of the night. And everyone has been accused of being a yacht girl. I mean, even Rihanna.
Everyone wants to know if Alex Earl is allegedly working as a yacht girl now that she's been spotted on a yacht with some notorious yacht girls like Nina Dobrev.
I don't know, but the girls be getting accused left and right. So when Alex Earl was on a yacht in St. Bart's, people were like, oh, that's where the billionaires are. And they bring all of the girls out there. And so I fell down that rabbit hole when everybody was trying to theorize, like, why the hell is she on a yacht? And what the hell is she doing there? And who the hell is she with? And is she a yacht girl? And I thought she had enough money. Oh my God, they got Alex Earl too. And I follow Alex Earl organically. Like, actually follow her on TikTok, watch her content. She comes up organically on my FYP. That's my damn business. You do what you want to do, and I do what I want to do. So I followed her, and I did say when she was in St. Bart's, I was like, "Are you okay?" And then I saw the videos, but then child, they said she was with Tom Brady. So let's go ahead and open the Googles, and I'm gonna tell you what the hell they said about it, child. Let's click on it, honey. According to People News, let's read this. This was published on the 1st of January, 2026. Okay. So it says the need to know. Alex Earl and Tom Brady spotted together in St. Bart's on December 31st. A source confirms to People. Who the fuck be People sources? I too want to be People's source. But it's always a source close to the couple and a source that knows about the situation told who is the source. I know they can't tell us the source, but I do feel like they just put that in there. I don't feel like it's true. Anyways, conspiracy. I got my tin hat. A source confirms to people that the two were there hanging out and looking cozy. Now, I feel like these pictures and videos show them being cozy. So, is the source an iPhone 17 Pro Max? Anywho, people confirm that Earl split from her boyfriend Braxton in December. Now the article goes on to say, child, because I'm not here. I'm not here to start rumors. I'm here to tell you what the people are saying. It says a source confirms to people that the former Patriots quarterback 48 and the influencer 25 were at the same event in St. Bart's on December 31st, where they were hanging out and looking cozy. In the videos obtained by people, Earl and Brady can be seen chatting, dancing together. At one point, Earl flashes Brady a grin and can also be seen leaning over and whispering something in Brady's ear while she rubs her hand along his back. The pair can also be seen laughing. TMZ was the first to report the news, of course. TMZ is on the scene of every. First of all, I don't trust TMZ. Story for another day. I feel like TMZ publishes about 15% of the things that they know, and I feel like the things that they keep secret or the stories that they bury are crimes against humanity. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. More on that later. So Alex Earl was seen with this man, having her a good old funky time. She was just living her life, being who she is as a person. And I like it. But here's my thing. Ever since Tom Brady's wife put that goddamn spell on him, because supposedly she's a witch. Now, like I said, I'm on different parts of the internet, okay? I feel like as the podcast goes on, as the episode goes in, we can pinpoint things and we can get down into the deep of it and be in people's business. But anyways, allegedly, Tom Brady's wife is a witch, and she put a hex on his ass. She put a hex on him because he retired from football, said that he was going to be with her and the kids, and then he went back to football to win some funky ass ring. Why would you do that? So she immediately put a hex on his ass and then divorced him. And now supposedly she's living her best life, but he's in St. Bart's dancing with Alex Earl. Now, let me tell you why I don't really think that's a flex. I told you that I follow Alex Earl. I, too, really like Alex Earl, like a lot. Like, I have a parasocial relationship with her. However, Alex Earl is still the same girl that found her dress from the club and it had throw up on it. And she's a perpetual. I don't know if she beat the shower allegations. And let me explain. There are influencers online, and I always say this. I have always said this. And it could be a cultural thing. It could be a race thing. But there are some content creators where they don't never are caught bathing. And what I mean is, they'll do a whole daily vlog, and I know that it can be cut out. But naturally, when you're doing hygiene, because you're always seeing some type of skincare routine, they always washing their face. And I always wonder, do they be washing their ass? So I don't really know if him being caught dancing with Alex Earl, because it's like, do she smell like hair spray, tan? Because supposedly when the white girls put tan on their skin, they can't wash. I'm not starting a rumor. I be in their business real deep, and supposedly that's what they say. When you put the tan stuff on, you got to leave it on for a really long time, and they don't shower. So do she smell like bologna, earring backs, belly buttons, hot dog water, okay, tanning lotion, and hairspray? I'm sure she smells good. So, but that's always been my concern. Now, I done been getting deep down into this, and it's a toss up between whether Alex Earl is a yacht girl, which I don't think it's a thing. I think it's just something that people say, or if she is now having a fling with Tom Brady. Either way, she's 25, pays more taxes than I make in several years. So I'm gonna continue to mind her business, and I'll let y'all know what happened. But supposedly she down there with St. Bart's with that man, child. Now we're gonna move on to my next. This shit is funny as hell. Okay, so Candace Owens has made her return after her break. Now, every time that Candace Owens goes on some type of a break, right? Like, she went on a break when She didn't go on a break when Charlie Kirk died, because she was all on the internet screaming and hollering about Charlie, they got him. So she was on her podcast for 40 days and 40 nights doing her own investigation on who shot Charlie Kirk. Mind you, the man that shot Charlie Kirk, allegedly, was picked up within, like, between 3 days and 5 days of the crime being committed. Okay? That man was in handcuffs. But Candace said that, it's something that the Egyptians did, bitch. She said it's some dirty secret agents down there at Turning Point USA. She said that Donald Trump booty stinking, he wear diapers. And so she has just been on this crusade, right? So let me go back to the Google. So I saw her make her return today. She said that she wanted to have a discussion. I'm still in the midst of listening to her podcast because I religiously listen to Candace Owens. I also started a lot of my social media presence because of Candace Owens. I started it because of her documentary on George Floyd. So I think there needs to be room for exactly where I stand with Candace Owens. I think her edges are not as dry. I don't know why that is. They're not as dry, but I usually rail against the machine. I do not enjoy Candace Owens as a person. I think she's a very dangerous commentator. And I don't hate consume her. I don't hate consume anyone. I make it my business to watch the other side. And I don't even really call them the other side. I consume all content. How are you going to have a good rounded point of view, or even challenge people that you disagree with if you are in some type of silo by yourself? So I religiously watch what Candace Owens says. I have to also give her props. She's very captivating. It's very easy to watch her. And so all of the things. Now, she has had a break after she did this Fort Wajuka story. And I don't want to get into the specifics of it because, to be quite honest, I don't really understand it. A lot of the like the Republican side, or I guess the conservative side, they're being very hush hush about it. Supposedly Charlie Kirk's, what is it, bodyguard met with somebody or was there, and then there's a senator from Arizona. It's all types of is it a senator? I know that he works in the legislature. But anywho, then she called Ben Shapiro a dweeb. He is. He got a dweeby face. And she's been saying that the Republican Party has been bought by, who did she say? Who bought them? Fix it, Jesus. Who did Candace Owens say bought the Republican Party? Now, I know it because it's the same people. It's saying it's not the country. It's not the country with the Star of David. But it's who's affiliated with them. That's a foreign agent. It's slipping my mind. It's that MK Ultra. They don't want me to say their name. But anywho, so she has been accusing everybody of taking money from large Jewish donors, and that she has been playing with the entire conspiracy that Jewish people at large, or rich Jewish people, she's treading the line very thin. It's giving anti-Semitism, Candace. I feel like you should pull back. I understand what you're saying, and I understand that a lot of the ways that anti-Semitism is being used or railed against people sometimes can be inappropriate, but girl, saying that Jews own the media is crazy. In my Nini, what the girl? What the fuck? What? Why? So let me go on over here and see what Candace Owens is getting into today. All she do is walk around bothering these folks. So 1 hour ago, Candace Owens drops a bombshell allegation about Erica Kirk amid truce cast doubt on the alibi in Charlie Kirk's case. Jesus. Now, I have to watch this to get it completely in context, but I'm going to read you the article because this is kind of what I talk about. Candace Owens seems to have violated the ceasefire. Let's have a pause right there. The ceasefire that this article is trying to allude to is the meeting that Candace Owens had with Erica Kirk. I happen to think that they're all on the same side. Candace Owens made a ton of fucking money from the death of Charlie Kirk. She had like 500,000 people watching her. She was getting millions of views. She was number one. She was, to be fair, very popular before Charlie Kirk's passing. But his passing is what made her like that girl. And so that's just the truth. So she has been, basically capitalizing off of her best friend's murder. I do believe that they were friends, and not just friends, but very good ones, if not best friends. And she met with Erica Kirk, and I thought that the meeting was malarkey.
The chat has turned. I believe I saw Judas, 30 pieces of silver. People are not happy. Candace met with Erica Kirk, and TPUSA wasn't involved. A lot of things were cleared up, and now she's confident. She doesn't like several of the people that work there, but they weren't involved. And the chat has revolted.
As somebody that follows her podcast very closely, watch it every day, my issue is, why would you meet with Erica Kirk and not videotape it? You've been talking about transparency. You've been talking about the fact that the public needs access to behind the scenes. The public needs access to what's going on with the Charlie Kirk investigation, what people know, inconsistencies within the story, conspiracies in regards to what got him unalived in the first place, right? So you meet with his widow, and I understand the sensitivity of that, but I feel like how it happened, it was weird. Then she comes online and says it was a very productive meeting. Everybody was just like, girl, I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch. So she comes online and she's like, no, Erica is like, she's not bad. And we talked and we have an understanding. And she said that she learned a lot from my podcast and blah, blah, blah. So after this meeting that these two had, she is literally dragged over coals, and she has been trying to recover ever since. Now it seems like she has kind of gone back on the shit that she couldn't stand on business, and she could not keep, Erica Kirk name out of her mouth. So yeah, I guess, child, the ceasefire is over. The two had met towards the end of last year, seemingly reached a common ground amid a row over Charlie Kirk's passing. Now, while Owens had come with numerous theories about Turning Point USA founder was murdered on September 10th, Kirk had requested that such conspiracy theories be stopped because she feared that it would influence a jury trying Tyler Robinson, the 22-year-old authorities believe to be responsible for the shooting. Now, I understand where Erica's coming from, but we all understand that Erica's weird. Insert clip here.
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
Didn't Erica lie about weird stuff like she didn't date? I'm pretty sure. I feel like she was on a dating show. That's neither here nor there. According to an ex post by Ian, he says Candace Owens says that she doesn't trust the alibi Erica Kirk provided about where Erica Kirk was on September 8th because the contact name she had for Charlie is blacked out. So basically, Candace says come online today and said, you know what? I do think that lady set her husband up to get clapped. That's crazy. Because why? Why would you say that? Kansas is crazy. And yes, I'll be calling her Kansas. That's my business. I do what I want to do. Y'all don't tell me what to do. I pay my own rent. Now, my last story is me. I don't think that I'll be updating you guys on my life because it's not that exciting. That's actually not true. I'm a liar on the internet. It's actually very excited. I have been promoted to being an elite employee, and I have been utilizing my free will in so many fun ways, and I'm going to try to film it and maybe insert some of the cool shit that I've been doing. Today, I exercised free will and went to the goddamn gym. I went to the goddamn gym. Yeah. And I washed my locks and I did my makeup that I'm about to wash off right now. And I'm just having a good goddamn time. A good goddamn time. Anywho, this has been episode 2 of, oh no, not another podcast. Good night.